I was born with two hearts, but my older brother Aiden, he's got a congenital heart defect. Because of that, my parents tried to strong-arm me into donating one of my hearts to him. I straight up refused and bounced to a small town just to get away from them. Giving up that heart would have killed me. Later, after I got married, Aiden had a heart attack, and my wife Khloe came at me too. It's just one heart, Ethan. How can you be so selfish? She demanded. I was like, yo, I want to live too. Without it, I'm toast. Khloe's face went stone cold. You got two hearts. Give one, you still got one left. You'll survive. But your brother? Without your heart, he's dead. She didn't even care about my struggles and shoved me into the oar. I tried to explain. Look, I had surgery as a kid. I already donated one heart. And that heart, it's in you. Khloe wasn't listening, ordering the anesthesiologist to get me out cold, fast. Don't worry, I'll keep him alive, she said. Her mentor, Dr. Peterson, was a big-time transplant surgeon, so she had mad confidence. Once Aiden recovers, the whole family will finally accept you, and I'll be right here by your side. A bit later, Khloe ripped a heart out of me. No time to even look at it. She bolted with it straight into Aiden's, or I was left alone on the table. The sudden, violent beep of the heart monitor freaked out the doctors. How did he die? I thought he had two hearts, one of Khloe's colleagues muttered, confused. You actually believe that Dr. Davis' story? Another said. Better this way. He was a terrible dude, refused to save her hubby, even tried to hit on her. So what now? He's dead. We wait for someone to claim the body. If no one comes, morgue handles it. With that, all the doctors bounced. Khloe, meanwhile, was locked in on Aiden's surgery and nailed it. Hours later, she finally remembered me. In the hallway, she bumped into one of her colleagues. Where's my husband? She asked. The colleague paused. Didn't you just operate on him? Don't worry, he's being monitored. Nurses got him. Khloe didn't catch the weird phrasing, thought he was right, and went back to her office. A day later, Aiden woke up, Khloe by his side. Aiden, you're awake. Seeing Khloe, he got all emotional and started crying. She comforted him. Don't worry, surgery was a total success. Your heart's perfect now. Aiden clutched his chest, tears streaming, finally free of the illness that haunted him. Khloe gently warned him, don't let your emotions run wild. A passing nurse joked, Dr. Davis, you take such good care of your husband. Khloe froze. Oh, I'm supposed to be somewhere else on this floor. She tried explaining, you got it wrong. He's not. Aiden grabbed his chest at that exact moment, shutting her up. Still, Khloe got that uneasy feeling. She hadn't seen me since surgery. Aiden, you rest. I'll check on Ethan. But Aiden grabbed her hand. I had this surgery without telling mom and dad. It's super critical I recover right, and I'm scared if I'm alone. Seeing his pale face, Khloe softened. She figured the nurses would watch over me, so she relaxed. All right, I'll stay a few days. Only after that did Aiden close his eyes. In the morgue, an orderly eyed my body. 2 days, still no one's claimed him. What do we do? Another, busy cleaning, shrugged. Stop staring. Let's finish so we can go home. Together, they just tossed my body in a bag. Look at him, died like trash. Probably wasn't a good dude. Good? Bad? Who cares? They shrugged at Ash. Still a shame. So young. 2 more days passed. Seeing Aiden doing fine, Khloe remembered me. Went to my room, bed empty. Where's he? She asked a nurse. Discharged, came the reply. Khloe lost it. I just had major surgery. Where did he even go? She tried calling me, straight to voicemail. Fine. Want to go die out there? Don't come crying to me. She fumed, storming back to Aiden. Aiden noticed her rage. Is Ethan mad? Doesn't forgive you? My bad. I'll go talk to him. Don't want you two fighting. He tried getting up, but Khloe stopped him. Why worry about him? You focus on recovery. Then mom and dad will be thrilled when you're discharged. Ethan's fine, he's already out. Khloe remembered my begging before surgery and couldn't get why I refused to save my own brother. But seeing Aiden always care about me made her think I was the better person. If I check myself out, I get some time to cool off. She figured calling me after Aiden's discharge would be fine. In the doctor's lounge, colleagues laughed. Khloe walked in. They all went quiet. What were you talking about? She asked. Silence. Then one arm around her shoulder. Just saying how devoted you two are. Khloe thought about being forced to donate my heart. Even though I was coerced, I saved her and someone else. She forgave my disappearance, but still mad I ignored calls. Colleague noticed. He just had major surgery. Normal to be moody. Be patient. Maybe cheer him up. Khloe softened. Remembered how I loved the bakery cakes near our apartment. Later, she brought a box. Honey, I got your favorite cakes. No reply. She spotted the divorce papers I'd left a week ago. The moment she asked for my heart, I decided to leave her. She stared at the papers. Was he serious? One heart. And he wants a divorce? She threw the cakes. Don't want this family? Don't come back. Phone rang. It was my dad. Rare for him to check on me. Khloe filled him in on Aiden. Parents rushed to the hospital. Aiden burst into tears seeing them. Hug, cry, done. Parents asked about me. Where's your brother? Same floor, hasn't seen you, already discharged, Aiden said. Mom got mad. Discharged? Too soon. Dad cut her off. Even after transplant, complications can happen. If Ethan dies, what happens to Aiden? Mom backtracked. Right. If anyone dies, let it be after Aiden. We got him. Warmth washed over Aiden hearing that. Next day, Khloe saw my parents doting on Aiden. Never treated me like that. Oh, Khloe, you did this. We owe you. They said to Khloe, never mentioning me. Khloe asked about me, parents sour. Why care? Discharged, he's fine. Focus on Aiden. Frail all his life. Ethan's a tank. Parents always wanted Aiden with Khloe. Now perfect. If Khloe and I divorced, she and Aiden finally together. Before she could react, another doctor walked in. Dr. Davis, so devoted to your husband, here every day. Parents thought wish granted. Aiden blushed. Khloe furious. Who told you he's my husband? Doctor laughed. Everyone knows. No need to pretend. She stormed back to work. Parents tried to calm her. Since Ethan's gone, if staff thinks Aiden's your husband, they'll take care of him better. Aiden uncomfortable, Khloe fuming, walked back to office. Someone mentioned her old mentor visiting. Khloe rushed to office. Dr. Peterson. Been ages. He nodded. Heard you did a heart transplant yourself. Surpassed the master. He reminisced about the surgery he did on her as a kid. Khloe stunned. What surgery? Dr. Peterson shocked. Your heart transplant, when you were a child. Suddenly, someone burst in. Dr. Davis, room 32, family fight. Khloe ran to Aiden's room. Woman shouting. How dare you deny it? My nephew donated his heart to your daughter. Khloe stepped in, separating them. Woman's mother saw her, eyes watering. Another woman yelled. It's you. My nephew Ethan's heart is in your chest. Khloe stunned. My words echoed. What's happening? Parents arrived. Aunt Carol got bold. Parents ignored her, went to Khloe. All good. Aunt Carol stunned. Uncle Robert pulled her out. Khloe turned to her mom, desperate. But mom stopped her. Aunt and uncle came back, smiling. Sorry, mixed up facts. Don't be upset. Uncle, forgive her, apologize on her behalf. He then turned around and gave another apology to Khloe's mother. Khloe couldn't wrap her head around the sudden shift in my aunt's attitude. She opened her mouth to ask another question, but my father cut her off. That's enough. Be more careful next time. Even though Khloe is family now, you can't act like that. My aunt's face twisted weirdly at my father's words. Aiden had stayed pale and anxious through the whole thing. Only after everything settled did he finally relax enough to talk to Khloe, but her thoughts were going crazy. She had absolutely zero memory of ever getting a heart transplant. When Dr. Peterson mentioned it, she'd brushed it off, thinking he was just confused because of his age. But hearing my aunt say the same thing? Nah, that was way too strange to be random. After a few quick words with my family, Khloe dragged her mother into a nearby break room. Mom, are you hiding something from me? Her mother dodged her eyes. What could I be hiding? You're thinking too much. Seeing her mom shut down, Khloe decided she needed to find Dr. Peterson. She tried calling my number again, but still nothing. She searched the offices for Dr. Peterson, but came up empty. A coworker told her the department head had invited him on morning rounds, and they were probably in room 32. Khloe rushed there immediately. Inside the room, a resident was talking to Aiden. You're one lucky guy. Your wife, Dr. Davis, worked insanely hard to save you. We're all low-key jealous. Dr. Peterson looked at the young man lying there, thinking he seemed kind of familiar. Then Khloe burst in. I'm not his wife. This is my husband's brother. Aiden's face tightened, and he stayed silent. The other doctors traded confused looks. Everyone had heard that Dr. Davis's husband was the transplant patient recovering in room 32. My husband was already discharged. He was in room 8. As soon as she said that, one of the doctors went ghost pale, and the chart in his hand slipped and hit the floor with a loud smack. The department head shot him a deadly look, and the doctor scrambled to pick it up. Right as the tension hit max level, the door opened, and my parents walked in, followed by my aunt and uncle. Seeing all the doctors, they assumed it was about Aiden's condition. My parents stepped forward right away. "Doctor, how is our son doing?" My aunt stayed close behind them. She'd come to find me to ask for money. After camping outside my apartment for days with no luck, she'd contacted my parents. When she heard about Aiden's surgery, she and my uncle rushed to the hospital, sure I'd be there. As long as she found me, she knew she'd get paid. Dr. Peterson was about to speak when he noticed my aunt. "Well, what a coincidence. Aren't you the mother of that little boy with 2 hearts? What brings you here?" My aunt's face dropped. She looked up and recognized him as the surgeon who'd operated on me years ago. My parents were shocked too. How had I suddenly become my aunt's son? Khloe grabbed Dr. Peterson's arm, totally fired up. "Doctor, what did you just say?" "What do you mean?" Dr. Peterson, clueless about the secret deal between Khloe's mom and my aunt and uncle, only knew the basics. He knew I had donated a heart to Khloe, meaning I was the one who saved her life. "You were just asking me about your surgery, weren't you?" Her son was the donor. "He's the boy who gave you his heart." My aunt shut that down fast. "No, you're wrong. We don't have a son." My uncle nodded along, but my parents looked confused and horrified. They remembered how wrapped up they'd been in Aiden's illness, leaving me with my aunt and uncle for years. That's why I was never close to them as an adult, and why they always favored Aiden. Dr. Peterson was stunned they'd deny it, making everything even more awkward. The department head was about to step in when Khloe's mother walked in. She'd come to remind my aunt to keep quiet, never expecting to walk into a room full of people, especially the surgeon himself. When Dr. Peterson saw her, his voice got louder. "Your mother's here. Why don't you ask her if it's true?" Every single person turned to Khloe's mother. She looked crushed, like the whole world was sitting on her shoulders. Khloe already knew the truth just by looking at her, but she needed to hear it. She needed a straight answer, or she felt like she'd lose it. "Mom, is it true? What Dr. Peterson said, was it true?" Hearing that, her mother knew there was no hiding it anymore. Slowly, painfully, she nodded. Seeing their secret was blown, my aunt and uncle tried to bolt. Khloe blocked them. From the bed, Aiden listened in a fog, feeling everything spiral out of control. His new heart was aching like hell, making it hard to breathe, and the shock made him pass out. The department head noticed first and rushed to him, while the other doctors pushed everyone else out. In the hallway, Khloe glared at my aunt and uncle like she wanted to burn them alive. My parents, worried about Aiden, still knew there was something even bigger to deal with. As my aunt and uncle whispered frantically, Khloe's mother suddenly dropped to her knees in front of my parents. "I'm so sorry. I wronged you both so badly. Everything happened so fast." Khloe could barely keep up. She moved to help her mom up, but her mother started confessing everything. Khloe listened as she explained that as a kid, Khloe had a weak heart. The family desperately searched for a donor and somehow found me. They paid my aunt and uncle a huge amount for one of my hearts. She assumed we'd never meet again. So when Khloe grew up with no memory of being sick, she kept it secret. She never thought we'd meet and fall in love. She apologized again and again to my parents, saying she truly believed my aunt and uncle were my real parents. My parents listened as their world fell apart. They'd barely paid attention to me, so they never knew what I went through as a kid. My aunt and uncle stood there, drowning in shame. They'd known about my condition, and money had pushed them into doing something unforgivable. My aunt hesitated, then spoke. "Well, Khloe and Ethan are married now, right? Husband and wife sharing a heart. It's like destiny. They can still have a long, happy life." Khloe snapped. "A future? There is no future." She charged them, slamming my uncle to the ground, pinning him as she beat him nonstop. "How could you do this? How could you?" She kept hitting him until his face was a bloody mess. My aunt tried to pull her off, but Khloe shoved her so hard she slammed into the wall, splitting her head open. My father stood frozen, but my mother snapped out of it first, whispering, "If Ethan only had one heart left after childhood." Before she finished, my father looked like he'd been struck by lightning. No, it can't be." My uncle struggled under Khloe. "His heart is inside you. Who are you to judge me?" He landed a punch, knocking her back. Khloe hit the floor and started laughing like she'd lost it. It was me. It was all my fault. He told me, and I didn't believe him. I put him through hell again. Pain ripped through her body, worst in her chest. She slammed her fists against her heart. Her mother knelt beside her. My child, this was fate. You can't blame yourself. Fate. How could she accept that? She lived because of one of my hearts, then personally tore out the other and gave it away. She betrayed me. She sent me to my death with her own hands. My mother rushed to Khloe. Where is Ethan? You said he was discharged. Where is he now? That snapped Khloe back. If I were dead, how could I be discharged? I had to be alive. I was just angry, hiding somewhere. She had to know the truth. She believed I'd never really leave her. She slammed open the doctor's lounge door, startling the physician inside. Seeing it was Khloe, he relaxed. Aren't you supposed to be with your husband? What are you doing here? She ignored him and rushed to a desk. The patient in room 8. Did you process his discharge? The doctor's face soured. Yes. What about it? He was gone, so of course he was discharged. Khloe stared at her in horror. You did the surgery, didn't you? He stopped breathing the second you left the table. Khloe shook her head wildly. No, you're lying. Thinking Khloe just felt guilty, the doctor tried to comfort her. Don't feel bad. He almost got your husband killed. Saving him was the one good thing he ever did. At least he won't be reborn as an animal. Khloe clutched her head and sank to the floor. Dead. Then a thought hit her. The body? What happened to the body? The doctor shrugged. No idea. Probably disposed of. It sat in the morgue for days. No one claimed it. Khloe ran straight to the morgue. She had to see me to believe it. She asked the attendant, but he knew nothing. Just as she gave up, an orderly walked by. Khloe spotted the phone in her hand, my phone. The screen showed our college photo. She grabbed her arm. Where did you get that phone? The orderly admitted, I took it off one of the bodies. Khloe's voice shook. Where's his body? He was cremated days ago. No idea where the ashes went. At the word cremated, Khloe collapsed. The orderly dropped the phone and ran. Khloe stared at the screen, sobbing. Ethan, what did I do? I was wrong. Please forgive me. Please come back. I thought giving your heart to your brother would finally make them accept you. She never knew that once I met her, I stopped caring about my family's approval. She never knew my will to live died on that table, not from anesthesia, but because the person who saved me once pushed me back into the dark. Even as I died, I never understood why my brother always took everything from me. My parents' love, then the love of my life. Maybe I was never meant to exist. Khloe took my phone and went back to Aiden's room. She needed answers. When Aiden woke earlier, he'd seen our parents sitting silently. They didn't rush to him. Khloe's mother sat there too. He wondered if I'd shown up, but if I had, my parents would have forced me to apologize. Plus, my aunt and uncle were still outside, waiting for money. As Aiden thought it through, Khloe walked in. Seeing my phone, he clutched his chest, eyes red with fake tears. Is Ethan still mad at me? Is that why he won't come see me? I knew I hurt him, but I had no choice. I have this condition. I would never have asked him to donate his heart if it wasn't literally life or death. His face was ghost pale, his breathing rough and shaky. But for the first time ever, nobody in the room rushed to comfort him. No one. Aiden felt a heavy sense of doom creep in. Usually, everyone would be coddling him, trash-talking me, and taking his side. This time, my parents only glanced at him, then looked away like they didn't even want to deal with it. Khloe's face was cold as ice. Were you really that sick? Sick enough to need a transplant just to stay alive? Aiden's heart skipped a beat, but he pulled himself together fast. Of course I was. You saw my medical reports. You think I'd fake something like that? I'm not like my brother. I don't bribe people. I don't lie. Did Ethan say something to you? Aiden had no clue what triggered this, but with our parents standing there, he had to stick to his story no matter what. Khloe walked straight up to his bed and held out her phone. Is this your doing? Aiden looked at the screen, and his blood ran cold. It was packed with his iMessage history with me. The log showed him bragging about being our parents' favorite, laying out his whole messed up plan to fake how serious his illness was, just to manipulate Khloe into forcing me to donate my heart. You think mom and dad will ever love you just because you came back? Dream on. You're just a broke farm boy. You'll always be one. You should have stayed stuck in that miserable town with Aunt Carol and Uncle Robert for the rest of your pathetic life. You marrying Khloe? You're not worthy of her. Mom and dad already said once I'm healthy, They want me to marry her. You're nothing but trash in this family. Believe me, if I tell Khloe to make you donate your heart, you'll do it. I told you, you can't beat me. You have no parents. No one loves you. Why are you even still alive? If I were you, I'd just die on the operating table and get it over with. The messages were non-stop, pure venom, insult after insult, straight psychological torture. Khloe couldn't even imagine what it must have felt like for me to read that crap. Her eyes were bloodshot, and she clenched the phone so hard her knuckles turned white. Did you write these? Aiden completely panicked. No, Ethan faked them to set me up. He was mad about donating his heart, so he made all this up. Khloe, don't fall for it. He's probably hiding somewhere right now, watching this, waiting for you to turn on me. He's twisted like that. All I asked for was one of his hearts. He's totally fine, but he still pulls this stunt just to mess with you. Aiden wailed, his voice dripping with fake outrage. My mother finally snapped. She marched up to his bed and slapped him hard across the face. The sound cracked through the room. Aiden stared at her, completely stunned. You hit me for him? What's so special about him anyway? Khloe couldn't hold it in anymore. She lunged forward and wrapped her hands around Aiden's throat. Who the hell do you think you are? Did you seriously believe I made Ethan give you his heart because I cared about you? The first time Khloe ever met Aiden, she'd felt something strange, something she couldn't explain. Being near him felt familiar, almost instinctive. She once thought it was some kind of karma from a past life. But now she finally got it. It wasn't him. It was me. It was my heart beating inside her chest. Aiden, still weak from surgery, struggled feebly in her grip. My father held my mother as they both broke down crying. What have we done? How did our family end up like this? Just as Aiden was about to black out, Khloe's mother pulled her away. Gasping for air, Aiden begged our parents. Dad, Mom, it's all Ethan's trick. He faked everything. Just go find him. He'll confess. He didn't even notice they didn't move. They just stood there, crying, completely shattered. Something inside Khloe finally snapped. She couldn't stand the idea of my heart beating inside such a vile, evil man. She grabbed a pair of surgical scissors from the bedside table and, as everyone watched in absolute horror, plunged them straight into Aiden's chest. The room exploded with screams. Khloe watched as Aiden collapsed onto the bed. Ethan, she whispered, I'm giving you your heart back. Please come back. I'm begging you. I can't live without you. The only response was panicked screaming. Doctors rushed in and froze when they saw the blood-soaked scene. Khloe was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault. After hours of emergency surgery, Aiden died from his injuries. In just a few days, my parents lost both of their sons. Their hair turned gray overnight. On her way to visit Khloe in jail, Khloe's mother met with my parents. They gave her something to pass along. They couldn't bring themselves to face Khloe, but they knew she wasn't the only reason everything fell apart. It was their years of neglecting me that started it all, a guilt they'd carry forever. Khloe looked at her mother, who seemed to have aged 10 years in no time. Her mother handed her a small object. Khloe's dull, lifeless eyes suddenly lit up. It was a small woven lover's knot, a souvenir from a college campus mixer during our freshman year. I had hidden a tiny slip of paper with her name inside it. I recognized her the moment I saw her. She never knew. All she knew back then was this unexplainable pull toward me, a deep sense of familiarity. She never understood the look in my eyes, the look of a boy who knew his own heart was beating in her chest but could never say it out loud. Khloe suddenly remembered the moment I gently placed my hand over her heart and whispered, "It's good. If it had to be someone, I'm glad it was you." She didn't understand back then. Now she finally did, and it was too late. Khloe, a woman in her 20s, cried like a small child. Her sobs echoed through the empty room as she begged for me to come back. Her mother watched helplessly. She'd known the truth all along, but kept it buried. She and I recognized each other the very first time we met, but she begged me never to say anything. I promised. In the end, the truth still came out. That night, news came from the prison. Khloe was dead. The coroner ruled it a suicide by hanging, one she'd planned even before being locked up. While collecting her daughter's belongings, Khloe's mother found the lover's knot. Inside the tiny slip of paper, I had written, "To win the heart of the one I love, and to never be parted."